Hello family, welcome to my channel. My name is Judith. In this tutorial we're going to learn how to cut, pad and sew an off-shoulder bustier top. For this tutorial we need the fabric, our French curve, our ruler, scissors, tailor's chalk, measuring tape and lining. Sorry I didn't capture the lining. So let's get into it. This is my fabric that is folded into 4, and how I got this measurement is I used the largest part of my client's body, which was her bust, divided by 4, then I added 3 inches allowance. That was how I got this fold. Now for the length, now I'm using 6 inches. I'm starting from 6 inches because that's where I want my bustier cup to start from. This is because this client don't want her cleavage outside. She wants everything well covered up. So for yours, you can decide to go lower. You can use 8, you can use 9, depending on how deep you want your neckline to be. So now I marked 20 inches. My client's under bust is 16 inches. So I added an extra 4 inches for what? Allowance. Because when we do the whole turning and sewing, this thing is just going to take up some kind of inches that you can't really explain. So that's how I got this exact measurement. Now this is the exact fabric I'll need for making this top. I folded it into 2, then I flipped it over to make it what? 4. So now you can see my fabric now has 4 pieces. And now when working with the pattern fabric, you make up your mind which way you want the pattern to go. As for me, I want mine to go upwards. Like I'll prefer it that this tree is facing up, or I don't know the name of that design sharp, but that's how I want mine. So now that's this thing, you can notice where my finger was, I left an extra 1 inches allowance. That is going to serve as what? Your zipper allowance. And that's for the back piece. If you notice now, the other side of my fabric, the both side is what? Folded, but on this side is just one side that is folded, while the down part is what? Open. This is the exact way to fold your fabric. Please don't miss out on this stage. Now I'm trying to mark out my under bust. Initially I wanted to use 17 inches, but then I remembered that I already gave allowance when I was measuring my client, so there's no need for that 1 inch is. But on your own now, if you know that you didn't give any allowance, like you measured it exact and it was well tight and fitted to the person's body, you can decide to give it that 1 inch ease, so that the bust can just fit in freely into the bustier. Everything will not look pressed. So now I'm measuring it out. The first line is the 16 inches. The second line is the 17 inches. For this tutorial, we would not use this second line. That's this line now is 17 inches. We will not use it because I don't need it. I'm working with just the top line. So now I'm trying to get what? My nipple to nipple. Nipple to nipple is also referred to as what? Bust span. Bust span. That is what the distance from one nipple to another nipple. That's that vertical line you have there. So now that 12 inches I mark now is what? My bust point. Is also known as what? Your shoulder towards nipple. So now I'm trying to get it out now. These are what the lines we would need now to create our what? Our bustier. So now I'm trying to get my nipple to nipple on all the lines before I do what? Connect them together. And that's what 4.5 inches that I marked out there, because my client's bust span is what? 9. So 9 divided by 2 will give me what? 4.5 inches. So now you can see it's end to end, nipple to nipple. That's my bust point, shoulder to nipple. You measure from your shoulder to where you can feel your nipple. Then the UB is what? My under bust. So now, yeah, I'm just trying to cut out that down part just to make it. And you can see I have 4 pieces on the other side. But on this center part, you can see that the up part is what? Folded. So now I'm trying to create a notch now on my nipple to nipple line on the back piece so that I can open it up. That will serve as what? My dart line. You remember that 1 inch gap I gave? Yes, you can see what it's used for. It's my zipper allowance. So with this now, we're done with the back part. Now let's come to the front pieces where we're going to get what? Our bustier curve. Now you go 1 inch left and you go 1 inch right. On that 1 inch you mark, you use your French curve. You see how I placed it, right? To connect it to the what? To the bust point. From your under bust to the bust point. 1 inch left, 1 inch right. You see the way I faced my French curve, right? That's exactly what you have to do. The same thing applies what? To the upper parts. Now from the top here, 1 inch left, 1 inch right. You see it? You connect it this way. Everything should do what? Meet at what? Your bust point. Now on this nipple to nipple line, down there, that's after your under bust, you still measure what? Your 1 inch, both on the left and on the right. Then you connect it using what? A ruler, a straight line. You connect it. You see it's down. From down to your under bust should be straight. From your under bust, your point should meet at what? Your bust point. And from what? Your upper bust, your point should also meet at what? Your bust point. Now you can see that paper there. What I mean is that you're going to cut out that area. You cut it out and you cut out this area too. Now let's watch. You can see me cutting it out. Now I'm trying to shape out our what? Bustier. Just like this. That's now what we have the center front. You can see it. It came out 1 piece. If you mistakenly go and cut towards this other end now. Hey. You've just successfully wasted your fabric. So always make sure to cut towards the what? The folded parts. Measure from the folded parts outside the open parts. Yes, so that your center front can come out what? Single like this. If not, you'll have a division in the middle. If you mistakenly go and cut from the other parts down to the what? Folded parts. So here you have it. You should have something like this. Now that pieces of fabric we cut out, we're going to trash it because we don't need it. We don't need it for anything. So here now I'm going to measure out 3 inches. Now what? For attaching what? My hand. Yes. Just to attach the hand. So that will serve as what? My armhole. Always do well to measure your fabrics and the wrong face, so you don't spend time trying to identify which is the right face, which is the wrong face when you're sewing. So now you have it. It's time to pad our bustier. That's all for the cutting. It's time to pad our bustier. You fold your breast pad into 2. Now for the center front, the folded part of the fabric should face the folded parts of the breast pad. Don't make that mistake of turning it the other way around. And as for me, I'm just going to trace it out. Yes, there's no point wasting my time doing any measurement. Place it on top. Yes, flip the down up, flip it over so you can get the exact place. Now watch, always lay emphasis on what your under bust. Your breast part should not go beyond your under bust. As you can see, I flipped that extension up, so now my breast pad is what is stopping exactly where my under bust stop. Then you curve, you shape it like this, you shape it all the way up, and you're done. You're done with the middle part of your breast pad. That is just how it is. You cut it exact. Don't leave any allowance to say you want it bigger, just in case. There's no in case here. Cut it exact. Now what's left is what, just to iron that piece. Now let's cut the side piece of the front. For the side piece, you still do what, get your breast pad folded into two, but watch out now. This time the curved parts of the side fronts is where it's going to face what, the folded part of the breast pad. You can see my breast pad did not get to the end of my fabric, so you can see it's the curved part of the center front of the center, the curved part, sorry, of the side fronts is what faced towards the folded part of the breast pad. And now I've still flipped my fabric over just so I can get the exact point of what, my under bust. Always make sure your breast pad don't exceed your under bust. So that is that. You have it. It came out at one piece, right? Now you just have to do what, to shape it now from the folded corner. Once you shape it, now you are getting what, your two pieces, which you serve for one side each of what, your side piece of your front blouse. Yeah, you have it. You can see it's the curved part. Then now, yeah, you can just freestyle. You can decide to leave there straight. You can decide to curve it anyhow. I just decided to give it a little shape. Let me not leave everything so straight. Now when it comes to ironing your breast pad, if you look at your breast pad very well, there's one side that is shiny. So now that shiny part, check it very well. One side is shiny, the other part is not shiny. That shiny part of your breast pad, you would carefully place it on the wrong side of your fabric. The shiny part of your breast pad, you carefully place it on the wrong side of your fabric. Don't make the mistake of ironing directly on your breast pad. When you place it, when you're done placing it, you face the right part of your fabric, just like what I did in the first one, and you iron on what, on the right side of your fabric. Make sure to align your breast pad well so you don't have a funny shape at the end of the day. You see what I did? Exactly. So now this is what my ironed breast pad. I ironed on the right side of my fabric. Don't iron on your breast pad. So now let's do the attaching now to get our top. You take it like this, right side facing right side. Make sure to always start your sewing from your under bust. Forget about the damp part now. This under bust point now, you start your sewing from there. First thing first, I said make sure your breast pad don't exceed your under bust. Now I'm saying what, even when you want to sew, start sewing from there. Join your curves from there first. So now let's watch. That's what I'm doing with my sewing machine. You can see it, I stopped there. You can see the down is still open. I just want to run it a second time, the second time, just in case, just for security reasons. When you get to your underbust, you stop. Arrange the down part, set your presser foot to be straight and take a straight stitch. You can see it, that's one side of our bustier. Our top is coming towards reality. So you can see that the up part of my top is very high. Yes, I'm repeating the same procedure. You can see I still repeated the same procedure on the second part. Forget about the down part. Start sewing from your under bust. Then when you run it the second time, and when you still get to the under bust, you pause. Set your presser foot to be straight, your fabric to be straight, then you run a very straight stitch down. Now you notch. The reason for notching is so that you can easily, the curve can come out easily. Yes, the notching will allow the fabric to stretch and take the shape of that curve you've made. If you say I'm not really bothered about notching the down part that is straight, but for that curved part you really do need it. So you notch, and you can see our top. So always study your clients to know what they want. Mine made it very glaring to me. I don't want any part of my breast outside though. So that's why you can see mine is so covered. So now after notching, you open it up like that. Open it up and go and iron. You can see this is my ironed piece. You see how everything is flat. Now the reason for that ironing is to what? Make your work flat and neat. So now we'll go to the back piece. We'll start by attaching the lining and the back piece together. So when sewing, for me, I do fabric to fabric, then lining to lining. So you can see me, I'm attaching the parts where the zipper would stay to the part where I have the side piece of the back, where we have the armhole. You remember that division we made now when we're cutting at first, where we did at our nipple to nipple? Yes, we'll join it back. We're joining it back. That's what we're doing now. So this is the back piece here. Please, if you've watched up to this point, consider liking my video and subscribing to my channel to encourage me create more content for you. And this channel, you don't only learn sewing tips, I give tips on agriculture, fashion, and everything about just my lifestyle, just being me. If there's anything I know, be sure I'll tell it to you. I'll teach you. And yes, my videos are very detailed. I don't assume anything. I don't assume, you should know this, you should know that. I will settle down to teach you. So there's nothing like, now who no go tailor shop, no go sabi this one. Yes, so don't even go to the tailor shop, safe. My channel should be your tailor shop. Now this is the lining. You can see it's lining to lining. I think I've joined some pieces of lining that I could not find. So now, sorry, I did not find the video where I did the joining for the front piece lining, but it's still the same technique. Now I'm just trying to top stitch, and please don't top stitch on your fabric. Yes, you don't want that line showing on your clothes. top stitch towards what your lining, so that your front what will be clean. You don't want all those lines drawing on your clothes and everything. It just gives it one look, like not so nice look. So now you can see I'm joining the back piece to the front piece, and I'm still using the same techniques of what, fabric to fabric. You can see I just joined fabric to fabric, fabric to fabric. Lining to lining, you flip over, then you join lining to lining, lining to lining. That's the method I want to use for this particular outfit. Lining to lining, fabric to fabric. Here you have it. So you can see how clean everything is looking. You don't have any visible stitch even at the back of your clothes. So see, it's lining to lining. Just join the piece together that way. Now I've completely attached what, the lining to the fabric, and I've completely attached what, the front piece to the back piece. Now this particular outfit is a gown. Yes, it's a gown. So this is just where we have to end it. I'll have to go focus on what, the skirt part, but you can see it. You can see how everything came out. Now I'll show you with the sleeve. Yes, I attached the sleeve. Now you can see it. Thank you for watching.